Attention passionate Atlanta, FALCONS fans. Latest news, something big is happening in the NFC South and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on Atlanta Falcons' path to another Super Bowl run, a power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true Atlanta Falcons fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with your FRINDS and Atlanta, FALCONS FANS. Let's get to the news now, folks. If you're like most Falcons fans, you've been watching this offseason with a mixture of anticipation and curiosity. The NFL landscape is buzzing, and the Falcons are no exception. Recently, there's a potential move that could really shake things up in the NFC South, and it involves the Atlanta Falcons making a splash by acquiring a wide receiver from the New England Patriots, Kendrick Bourne. That's right. The guy who's been steadily making plays over the past few seasons could be heading to Atlanta, and honestly, it's a move that makes a lot of sense when you look at the team's current roster and what they need to push forward. Now, let's dig into this potential trade a little more deeply because it's not just about adding another receiver. It's about strategic roster management, cap space, and bolstering the offense, especially for a young quarterback like Desmond Ridder or even a potential new signal caller coming in. According to some NFL insiders, including Heavy's Daniel Arwaz, the Falcons are eyeing a player like Kendrick Bourne because he fits a specific profile. Bourne, now in his 9th NFL season, has proven to be a reliable slot receiver, someone who can make those crucial catches in tight situations, especially over the middle of the field. That kind of player is invaluable for a young quarterback still developing his chemistry and timing. Bourne's experience is a key factor here. He's been through the grind, has a playoff experience under his belt, and has shown flashes of being a consistent contributor in the Patriots' offense. For the Falcons, who are rebuilding their offensive depth and trying to find that rhythm, a player like Bourne could be a game changer. His skill set is exactly what Atlanta needs: someone shifty, quick, and reliable in the slot, capable of creating separation against tough defenses. Plus, he's a player who can help take some pressure off the team's emerging young receivers, like Drake London and Kyle Pitts, who are still looking to establish themselves as consistent playmakers. Now, here's an interesting aspect of this potential move: the value that Kendrick Bourne could bring to the Falcons. According to Arwaz, Bourne's profile fits perfectly as a trade candidate because of his combination of experience and production, but with a bit of a trade-off in terms of future upside. That makes him an attractive piece for a team like Atlanta, which is in a bit of a rebuilding phase, but also wants to stay competitive now. The interesting part is that the Patriots might be willing to part ways with Bourne for a 7th-round pick in the 2026 draft. That's a relatively low cost for a player who could immediately contribute. But of course, there are some hurdles. Right now, the Falcons are sitting with just under $5 million in cap space, which is among the lowest in the entire league. Bourne's base salary is around $5 million, so acquiring him would put Atlanta over the cap, unless some adjustments are made. That could mean restructuring contracts, releasing a player, or working out a different cap-friendly deal. It's a common scenario in the NFL offseason, and Atlanta's front office has shown they're willing to be creative when it comes to managing cap space to improve the roster. This move, if it happens, could be a win-win situation. The Patriots are likely looking to shed some salary and clear space for other needs, especially with the draft and free agency still ongoing. Bourne, who turns 30 in August, might not have the same upside as younger players, but his proven ability to make plays makes him valuable for teams that need a dependable target. For Atlanta, adding a player like him could help stabilize the offense, especially in critical third-down situations and in the red zone. It's about building that offensive chemistry and giving Ridder, or whoever lines up under center, a reliable target. And let's not forget the broader context here. The NFC South has been one of the most unpredictable divisions in recent years. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers, with Tom Brady's departure, are in a bit of a transition, and the Carolina Panthers are rebuilding with new coaching staff and a young quarterback in Bryce Young. The New Orleans Saints have been competitive, but have yet to establish consistent dominance. If Atlanta manages to make this move and add a veteran presence like Bourne, it could give them an edge in the division, especially in terms of offensive versatility and experience. This potential trade also speaks to the strategic mindset of the Falcons' front office. They've been building through the draft, investing in young talent, but they also recognize the value of experienced players who can contribute immediately. Kendrick Bourne fits into that mold perfectly. Plus, the team's offensive coordinator and head coach Arthur Smith are known for their creative offensive schemes, and having a player with Bourne's skill set could unlock new opportunities and mismatches against defenses. Now, looking at the season ahead, the Falcons are entering a pivotal year. After a solid, though not spectacular, 7-10 record last season, the organization is clearly aiming higher. They want to contend in the NFC South, challenge the likes of Tampa Bay and New Orleans, and possibly sneak into the playoffs. The addition of a player like Bourne, even if it's just for a small cost, could be part of a larger puzzle that includes draft picks, free agent signings, and strategic roster moves. It's all about building a team that's versatile, resilient, and ready to take that next step. And for the fans, the excitement is palpable. You can almost feel the energy in the air, the anticipation of a new season, and the hope that this team can finally reach the postseason and make some noise. The Falcons have been steadily improving, and the potential acquisition of Kendrick Bourne is a signal that they're not just content with rebuilding, they want to win now. The NFC South is wide open, and every addition, every move counts. The Falcons are positioning themselves to be serious contenders, and this move could be a key piece in that puzzle. Of course, everything hinges on negotiations, cap space adjustments, and whether the Patriots are willing to part with Bourne at the right price. But the signs are pointing toward a real possibility, and the fans are eager to see how it unfolds. The offseason is always filled with surprises, and this one could be a significant step toward the Falcons' championship aspirations. It's about making smart moves, filling gaps, and setting the stage for a competitive, exciting season. So, as we keep an eye on this situation, remember that the NFL offseason is a dynamic, ever-changing landscape. The Falcons are clearly active, looking to improve, and making moves that could define their future. Whether or not this trade happens exactly as rumored, it's a reminder that the team is serious about contending and ready to do what it takes to build a roster capable of competing at the highest level. And you, as a Falcons fan, should be excited, because the best is yet to come. The NFC South is about to get a lot more interesting, and the Atlanta Falcons are positioning themselves right at the heart of the action. Pause here just for a second. If you want the YouTube algorithm to keep recommending the latest Atlanta Falcons news to you, it's super important that you leave a like on this video. Go ahead, it's quick and it makes a big difference. Thank you. Now let us continue with the big reveal. And honestly, folks, this move could be a game changer. Not just for the Falcons' offense, but for their entire season. A reliable veteran receiver like Kendrick Bourne could help unlock the full potential of Atlanta's passing attack, giving Ritter or whoever is under center more options and more confidence during critical moments on the field. It's about adding that extra layer of depth, that veteran savvy that can make a difference in close games. Thinking about the bigger picture, this move also signals the Falcons' commitment to building a balanced, competitive roster. They've already made some interesting draft choices, picked up some promising free agents, but adding a player like Bourne could be the finishing touch that turns a good team into a playoff contender. And it's worth mentioning that this isn't just about this season. The way Atlanta manages its cap and roster now could set the stage for sustained success in the coming years. And when you look at the history of the Falcons, it's clear they're no strangers to making bold moves. From the iconic Super Bowl run in 2016 to recent seasons, where they've been rebuilding and experimenting with new offensive schemes, the franchise has always been about resilience and innovation. That tradition continues now, with this potential move to bring in Kendrick Bourne. It's a calculated risk, but one that could pay off huge if it helps them take that next step toward contention. Now, let's talk about what this means for the division. The NFC South has been a bit of a roller coaster, with the Buccaneers taking a step back recently and the Saints trying to find their identity post-Drew Brees. The Panthers are still in their rebuilding phase, but with the right moves, they could surprise some people. If Atlanta manages to bolster their offense with a proven veteran like Bourne, they could position themselves as serious contenders in the division. It's about creating mismatches, adding depth, and giving their young quarterback, or a new one if they decide to draft or sign one, a real chance to succeed. And let's not forget, the Falcons have been steadily improving on defense too. They've added some talented players through the draft and free agency, but the offense is where they can really make a leap this year. A reliable slot receiver who can make plays over the middle, especially in third-down situations, could be exactly what they need to push past the competition. The NFL is all about those critical moments, those clutch plays, and having a veteran like Bourne on your team could be the difference between a playoff appearance and an early exit. Of course, fans are eager to see how this all unfolds. The offseason is filled with rumors, negotiations, and surprises, but one thing is certain: Atlanta is focused on building a winning team. The question now is, will this move happen? And if it does, what kind of impact will it have? The possibilities are exciting, and it's exactly the kind of headline that keeps fans like you and me glued to the updates, waiting for that next big move. And now, Atlanta Falcons fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on this potential trade? Do you think Kendrick Bourne is the right fit for the Falcons? Would he help elevate the offense and give the team that extra edge to challenge in the NFC South? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your opinion matters so much to us and to the Falcons. Remember, this is your team, your season, and your passion. And don't forget, I'll be back soon with more updates, so stay tuned for the latest Atlanta Falcons news. We're in this together, and the best is yet to come.